Good morning, guys. I'm going to tell you why stretching for a runner does not matter and what you should actually do instead if you want to warm up, prevent injuries pre and post run. I've been injury free for 3 years and I have a very quick and efficient pre and post run stretching routine that I think that you guys can use and benefit from in order to up your performance a little bit and get your engine warm before you go for a run. So let's dive right into it. So guys, I'm very curious. Do you stretch? Do you not stretch? Or what are your go-to stretches to help you through an injury? Maybe we can help the community a little bit and there's a runner out there that can resonate with you. So drop your comments and let's make the community better. But now, what's your go-to stretch for flexibility? Let's get into it. So yes, stretching matters, but in what order? Because stretching before a run, as in static stretching, does not matter. Dynamic stretching does matter. When it comes to runners, all stretching matters, all strength training matters, and all nutrition matters. However, there's a reason that we do both. You do not want a static stretch before a run. There has been no science evidence that this has helped performance. It can actually reduce power, and it does not prevent injuries. What we want to do is static stretch after. The reason that we static stretch and hold a muscle after is one, relaxation. It helps with heart rate. It helps stretch the muscle, thus helping us with blood flow. With blood flow after a hard run, static stretching can help lactate clearance, which then again can help delayed onset muscle soreness and automatic recovery. So static stretches I like to do, I start at the hip, and then obviously I work my way down to the quad. I start with my lower back, then I go with my glutes, then I go with my hamstrings, then I go with my calves. I hold these twice for 1 minute each. However, if you're a new runner, you do not want to start at 1 minute automatically. Sometimes a lot of runners are tight and it's going to be painful. So my best recommendation is to progressive overload with stretching to stretch that muscle so it's more pliable, it's more healthy, and you have blood flow throughout the day. A tight muscle is not a healthy muscle. So start small and build high. Now let's talk about dynamic stretches and what I do before I run that is going to scientifically help you. So before I tell you now my dynamic stretching routine, this is going to be the most important thing that you do before dynamic stretches. They combine mobility, flexibility, and activation all into one. Yes, they have helped. Studies have shown with performance in sprinters, long distance runners, and injury prevention. The reason being is because you're warming your body up. You're getting your muscles ready to the load along with the actual tendons that you need. And it does help with blood flow before. So my dynamic stretches are high knees, lunges with a twist. You're going to be going into butt kicks. You're going to be going into strides. I do these twice for 1 minute each, and then I am done. That is what I like for my dynamic stretches. So drop yours because there's tons of them. But dynamic stretches are a lot better because they also help with injury prevention and just overall waking your body up before it goes for a run. However, let's kind of talk about stretching and injury prevention as a whole. Static stretching is not going to prevent injuries. It's only going to loosen up your muscles. Thus, when you have loose muscles and your muscles aren't tight, things do not pull on each other, giving you imbalances. Strength and conditioning is going to help you the best with avoiding injuries because when it comes to injuries like tendonitis or let's say a muscle tear, that comes from weak tendons and muscles that you do not get from running. You obviously have to put load on them, and that comes with resistance and weight training. However, when you do stretch a muscle, it is more pliable. It has more of a rubber band effect where it's just getting stretched out to its maximal capability. You will prevent any type of last minute injuries that can happen when you're sprinting from tears or pulls or anything like that. So when it comes to stretching, yes, it is a tool in a runner's toolbox that is extremely important. I can talk about this topic for hours, but I showed you guys some videos. I went over some of my favorite stretches, obviously, and I'm curious to what everyone else does. But stretching is a massive topic. So drop every comment. I will respond to everything. And if I have to do another video on stretching, I will. So I hope this helps. Hope you guys take away something from the video. Make sure you do your dynamics before, your statics after, and you never, ever skip them. Other than that, I'm out of here.